Oh, all right. Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Independence Day to all Filipinos, citizens, residents, and everyone here in this webinar. Welcome to Kanata Educational Consultancy Services free webinar about study in Canada. This afternoon, we will be joined by a representative of these two Ontario-based schools. One is located near Niagara Falls, and the other one is located in Ontario, London, Ontario. And I know everyone's excited to know more about the school, so let's start. Our first speaker is the school representative of Niagara College, Miss Divine Licuna. Hi, Divine.
Hi, Francis.
Good
Hello to
afternoon.
everyone. Good
Happy
afternoon.
Independence Day.
Yes, happy Independence Day sa lahat.
Hmm.
And thank you for having this free webinar for all, and also they will
Yes.
be having to have from on two Ontario schools. Ayan. Maraming
Okay.
salamat.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm just going to share my screen to everyone to see for a while. Okay, ayan. I hope everyone could see my screen clearly. Okay naman yung screen ko. So to everyone, again, I'm Divine Lacuna. I'm the regional representative of Niagara College, Canada here in the Philippines. And today, I'm just going to share to you saan nga ba yung location ni Niagara College, ano ba yung mga programs na ino-offer namin, and ano pa yung what you could look forward to when you study at Niagara College. So first, hopefully you could see Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls is the most visited tourist destination in Canada. From this one, it is just few minutes away from our campuses. So you would see this is a pre-COVID video. So where exactly is Niagara region located? So we're located in the province of Ontario. We are 1 hour 30 minutes away from downtown Toronto. From the falls, meron lang isang bridge going to Buffalo, New York, but from Niagara College, it's just 25 minutes away. This is the largest tourism destination in Canada. So this is it's a mix of seating city. It's not seating city, hindi rin siya province to province. So it's a middle-sized area. About Niagara College, so we are a public institution. So we do offer more than 100 programs for international students, small classroom sizes. We also have scholarship opportunities that I'm going to inform you later on. We work integrated then. So usually colleges are more of a skills enhancement and hands-on training. So yun yung mga ginagawa kapag mga colleges. And we do have on and off campus opportunities that we help our students through our NC Career Services. And we do have the best in one of the research and innovation. So we do want to have innovations in academics and in our in learning about the community. We do have two campuses. It's one on Welland and one on Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's just 10 to 20 minutes away from each other. Yung means of transportation in the area is through bus, which is also included in your tuition fee. And this is an overview of the programs. In our Welland campus, nandun yung Allied Health and Nursing, Media and Communications, Engineering, IT, Trades, Education, and Law Enforcement Studies. While in our Daniel J. Patterson campus, which is located on Niagara-on-the-Lake, nandito yung mga business, culinary, hospitality, tourism, agriculture, or environmental. Meron din kami unique programs in distillery, wine, and beer studies. Kaya mas malapit, kaya nandito yung mga programs na to kasi mas malapit siya sa Niagara Falls, which is a tourist destination. The area also of Niagara region is also a wine region. So kaya we do have programs in distillery, wine, and beer studies. Okay, then we do have three start dates. So it's September, January, and May. And most of the students from the Philippines would always get a 1-year postgraduate certificate or a 2-year diplomas. But we also have bachelor's and undergraduates. Postgraduate pala is yun yung nasa gitna ng bachelor's degree natin and ng ating master's. So it's higher education for our bachelor's degree holder. Then this is or some of our programs that we help our students. We do have also research, student competitions, study work, travel abroad, and parang mga OJT. So OJT like co-op, internship, and field placement. Then learning enterprises are our businesses inside the school. So these businesses helps the students to have on-campus training. So ito yung magiging laboratory ninyo. Plus, you could work in one of this learning enterprise. So ito yung isang advantage. Since it's a tourist destination, we also offer this one to the public. Kaya siya, kaya din ni Niagara na magkaroon ng on-campus job opportunities. Then this is some of our programs. So allied health and nursing, we do have 3 to 4 nursing programs available for international students. This is also some of our also programs available for OT, PT, RadTech, pharmacist. Ito yung mga pwede. Next is for engineering. So for engineering, you could get programs same from the Philippines or another specialization in Canada. Usually, engineering programs are 1 to 2-year programs. Depende dun sa specialization ninyo. And pwede rin kayo magkaroon ng licensure in Canada. Then for our School of Media, we do have IT, we do have public relations, we do have also acting. So pwedeng arts, pwede rin sa computer, pwede rin sa communication. So ito yung sa School of Media ni Niagara College. Next is for our community services. So we do, since community services are more of education side, learning about the community, we do have early child education and education assistant for the students, and they are also being involved in the community through an internship. Then, if you want to serve with the force, with the police force in Canada or in Niagara region, we also have law enforcement through our School of Justice. You could have to become a Custom Border Service officer or a police in Canada. Next is our business programs. So our business programs, we do have human resources and international business management as the postgraduate program popular for international students. But you could also specialize in sales and marketing, supply chain, accounting, and business general or office administration. Ito yung mga pwede ninyong pagpilian. Then for our hospitality and culinary programs, since nasa gitna kayo ng destination, which is a tourist destination in Canada, we do have various programs in hospitality, hairstyling, events management, tourism, may 1 year and may mga 2-year programs din. For culinary, bukod sa school na meron kaming sariling restaurant, winery, brewery, and distillery, sa labas ng school, which is mga hotels, mga restaurants, pwedeng-pwede ninyong gamitin and also to be hired in those companies and hotels. So we do have 1-year programs in artisan distilling and beverage management, culinary, baking and pastry, and culinary management. So ito yung mga pwede ninyong pagpilian. Last but not the least is our agriculture-related program. So if you are in biology, sciences, we do have postgraduate programs. The most popular for international students is the geospatial management and environmental management assessment, and renewable energy. So yung renewable energies, this is a 2-year program for our international students. When you come to Niagara College, so dito sa Philippines, Kanata will going to help you out, and also you could also connect with me. But in Canada, we also have support for our international students. First is to our academic advisors and peer tutors to help you out if nahihirapan kayo sa studies ninyo. Then for transition and immigration support, we have licensed immigration consultants in the school na naka-assign sa inyo. So sila yung pwedeng tumulong sa inyo for study, work permits related na mga questions. Then career center and employment support, we'd have two for Niagara College. The NC Career Services are for the students. When you bring to Canada your spouses or your partner, they could have a guide from our community employment services. So parehas nito is from Niagara College, magkaibang department nga lang. Medical insurance is already included in your tuition fee, transportation, athletics and recreation activities, or some of it is sa bahay lang dahil nga ngayon kadalasan online, but we do have a lot of activities for our international students and students in Canada. And how much would cost you to stay in Niagara region? So if you want to stay off campus or outside the campus, it's really affordable and low cost of living. It's 400 to 550 per month. Ito yung room rent ninyo. Solo kayo sa room with utilities. We also have another option is through a Canadian family. We call it homestay. If you stay with an homestay, kasama na yung meals ninyo sa kanilang ginagawa. So ayan yung with the Canadian family. And you could also meet other international students from Niagara College. Then what are the requirements that we're going to request from you? If you're a college graduate, you're just going to submit your college transcript and diploma. If today we do have here 46 tayo sa group, if you are a college undergraduate or high school graduate, kailangan natin ng high school transcript and high school diploma ninyo. So only we ask for your academic records. English is already waived for Filipinos. You don't need any English test or any English certificate from your school. So ganun lang, yun lang yung mga requirements namin, just your academic records. There's no age limit for our students. Our oldest student from the Philippines is 52 years old. So you would see that it's still possible that to study, even you're a mature student. Then how much are our tuition fees? It's around 16 to 18,000 Canadian dollars for one academic year. It includes already your bus pass, medical insurance, and miscellaneous or the service fee. We don't have tuition fee deposit. So when Kanata applied you sa Niagara College, you will receive your letter of acceptance and you don't need to pay any tuition fee deposit. Then you could pay your tuition fee pwedeng one term or one academic year, depende na sa inyo yun. By the way, if you have any questions, please do let me know sa chat box. Then it is possible to work while you're a student. So you could work 20 hours off campus. And since we do have businesses inside the school, you could work 12 hours on top of the 20 hours per week. After you graduate, all our programs are eligible for the PGWP or the post-graduation work permit. If you study for 1 year din yung post-graduation work permit ninyo. If you study for 2 years or more, up to 3 years yung possible na PGWP ng mga students. In Ontario, province-wide, the minimum wage is 14.25 per hour. And you could work full-time during school breaks. Then what are the advantages if you would sign up with Kanata and you study in Niagara College? So first, I have mentioned that there's no tuition fee deposit. You could also apply for 2 programs and receive 2 letters of acceptance at the same time. So this is like your choice A, choice B. So if you are not yet decided what to take, you could have 2 choices. Pwede naman siya. Application fee is waived. So our application fee is 100 and it's waived. And you could apply for the 2,000 entrance scholarship. Just let Kanata know that you already attended our webinar with them. So it is 1,000 for each semester para dun sa scholarship. And I just want to share that we also have Niagara College Toronto. So this is located in our downtown Toronto. So we also have a campus there. Our campus in Toronto offers 4 programs. We have business, human resource, hospitality, and international business, and business general for our Toronto campus. Then please do like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And this is our Facebook and Instagram page. Again, I'm Divine Lacuna. I'm the regional representative of Niagara College. hope to see you soon sa Niagara. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Divine. So after all the presentations, we'll be having a Q&A later. So save your questions first, then later magkakaroon naman tayo ng Q&A. Thanks, Divine. Our second speaker is the International Education Advisor for the Philippines of Fanshawe College. Let us all welcome Miss Ina Rania.
Hi, Francis.
Hi, Ina.
Hello.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day as well to everyone from the Kanata team, Divine as well, and pati na rin yung mga viewers natin today in this Zoom meeting. So thank you for spending your Saturday holiday afternoon with us. So I hope you get a lot of good information with regards to your plan to study in Canada. So again, my name is Ina, and I'm the International Education Advisor of Fanshawe College for the Philippines. So let me just share my screen. So this is Fanshawe College, and Fanshawe is located in London, Ontario, which is 2 hours away from Toronto Airport, and that's the main entry point of our students. We understand that not many of the international students who will come to Fanshawe would have family members or even friends who can pick them up in the airport. So we provide an arrival service that I will discuss later on. In terms of our student population, we have 22,000 full-time students, and 7,500 of them are international, representing 104 different countries. And right now, actually last year, the Philippines is actually ranked second in the whole international student population in Fanshawe. So if medyo may worry kayo na wala kayong makakasamang Pinoy or kababayan in Fanshawe, do not worry, because you might have a chance to have a fellow Filipino in your program. You're lucky enough to have them in the same class or section as you, or in London City, you can bump into a Filipino there, since medyo well-established na rin yung Filipino community in London City. And in terms of the programs that we offer, we do practice experiential learning in our programs to, of course, develop the knowledge and also the skills needed by the industry. So what, like Divine mentioned a while ago, colleges in Canada, we are very much focused on work-integrated learning, laboratory, and practice in our programs. So in Fanshawe College specifically, before we even offer and develop our programs to all international and domestic students, we also have to check with the industry and get to know their opinions and suggestions on how we can better deliver these programs. Because eventually, the students who will enroll in our programs will be graduates, and these are the future employees of these specific companies and the industry. And also, we understand, and through that, we do practice our experiential learning through our programs that would offer placements and co-op. So what would be the difference between placements and co-op? Placement is actually shorter. So it's typically counted through hours or weeks that you have to complete in a specific semester in your program. And generally, placements are not paid. But it will depend on the company or the organization that you're in if they will give you an allowance during your internship or your placements. Co-op or cooperative education, on the other hand, is actually longer. The minimum is 4 months, the maximum is 8 months. And since it's co-op, it's paid internship. So you can earn while studying in your co-op, and it's usually higher than minimum wage. And if the company is very generous, they can also provide you the entry-level salary of their company while you are spending your co-op term with them. So even if it's paid or not paid, the bottom line is that we want you to have that first-hand experience in working and also interacting and starting your network and relationship with the industry. That will be, of course, an advantage for you when you graduate and look for jobs in Canada. And I know for sure that many of you, after studying in Canada, you also want to land a job. And this is actually one of our biggest accomplishments. Last 2019, Fanshawe College ranked first in the whole province of Ontario with 90.3 graduate employment rate. meaning our students within 6 months after graduation, they are hired already. So this achievement just resonates the fact that our programs and also our student services are really focused to make sure that you're job ready by the time you finish your program in Fanshawe. Now, let's talk about the programs that we offer. So in Fanshawe College, we do offer a variety of programs. We have 200 plus programs across 17 areas of study that you can choose based on your interests and also your credentials. So here are our areas of study, and just to pinpoint the popular programs among Filipino students, we have business, community studies and education, and that includes early childhood, social service, and developmental service worker programs, construction and trades, culinary arts, health sciences, IT, nursing, science and engineering, tourism and hospitality, and also transportation. And among these areas of study, we also do offer you several credentials wherein you can complete in Fanshawe. And these are degree programs. Degree programs are normally 4 years. Post-secondary certificate is 1 year. Diploma is 2 years, advanced diploma is 3 years, while graduate certificate programs would usually range from 1 year to 2 years. And I know na medyo overwhelming yung pag-iisip ng program that you will study in Canada or in Fanshawe specifically. So you can book an appointment with anyone from Kanata Education so that they can help you. But just to give you siguro an overview of what type of programs you can study in Fanshawe with the credentials that you have, yung mga program na offered for you, and also what would be the postgraduate opportunities that Fanshawe College can provide for all of our international students. So given the credentials that we normally receive from Filipino students, we have 3 categories. So first category would be high school graduates. So ito yung technically grade 10 finishers. Since majority of us only finish grade 10, some of us could continue to college, pero meron pa rin talagang mga Filipinos that graduated from high school, hindi na sila nag-college, but then nagtrabaho na sila eventually. Most of our students who are in this type of category are OFWs. So if you are an OFW in this category, we can accept you in Fanshawe College, but you have to take 1 year general arts and science before you can continue to any 1 to 3 year post-secondary program. So why are you taking general arts and science? It's basically to compensate the missing grades 11 and 12 and the college degree that we normally request or see from a Filipino applicant. Pero if ever naman meron kang associate degree ng 2 years or 3 years, or you've completed 1 year or 2 years in college pero hindi ka nagtuloy, we can accept that and para ma-exempt ka na dun sa general arts and science. And if you would ask if there are several students who are in this type of with this credential and they are studying in Fanshawe, meron na po tayong mga students na ganyan. They finished general arts and science and they are now continuing to a post-secondary program. The second category, which I think applies to most of you, you're both high school and college graduates. Some of you might have master's degree already, or some of you might have PhD. So regardless, you will still fall under this category. So here, if you are in this category, basically you can apply to any programs in Fanshawe, be it post-secondary and also postgraduate or yung graduate certificate programs namin. And also, I think this is an interesting market that we have right now in the Philippines. So we have many actually parents who would like to push their kids to study abroad and hindi na magtuloy ng university degree here in the Philippines. So if you are a K-12 graduate or if you are about to finish your senior high school, you can apply to Fanshawe College and you can directly apply to a post-secondary program, either 1 year or 3 years. If you want to apply for a degree in Fanshawe, you can also apply directly without general arts and science because technically you have grades 11 and 12 already. So regardless of the credentials that you have right now and also the program that you finish in Fanshawe College, as long as it's a full-time program and also it's offered to international students, if you study a 1 year program, you can get a 1-year post-graduation work permit eligibility. And also, if you study at least a 2-year program, or for example, yung mga graduate certificate programs namin na 1 year lang, you can do a 1+1. We'll give you 1 LOA with the 2 programs. And still, if you those 2 programs, you can be eligible to up to 3-year post-graduation work permit. So why are we providing these types of post-graduation opportunities? Because Fanshawe College is a public college in Canada, and we are a designated learning institution. So basically, everything that you've studied in Fanshawe, kahit yung general arts and science or pre-health man yan, as long as it's a full-time program, it's eligible for a post-graduation work permit. So basically, all of the investments that you've made in your studies will not be put to waste because it's eligible for a post-graduation work permit. And why is post-graduation work permit important? It's actually one of the advantages of being an international student in Canada, because in the PGWP, you can stay longer legally in Canada. So if you want to transition to a work permit and look for an employer who can sponsor you to stay in Canada longer, during that PGWP period, that's the best time to do it. And for example, you are earning points to apply for a permanent residency. Your PGWP, either 1 year to 3 years, that will be the perfect time for you to earn those points so that you can be eligible to apply for a post-graduation work permit. So I hope this would really help you fine-tune the program that you want to study. And again, if you want to request for a program recommendation, feel free to do a consultation with Kanata Education so that they can help you as well. And now let's move forward to the student services that we offer for all of our international students. So right now, since nag-orientation pa lang tayo, from application, lodging of visa, and also pre-departure, I, together with Kanata Education, kami yung contact persons ninyo. But once that you travel to Canada and you land in Canada, we have a Fanshawe Cares Arrival Service program, and this is free of charge for all of our international students. This service includes, this one is before COVID, so it includes airport greeting, shuttle from Toronto to London, and 2 nights hotel accommodation. But since meron nga tayong travel restrictions and there's also a requirement for quarantine, we also tried to change and align our services with the current policy set by the government and also the health ministry. So wala kaming airport greeting, but after your 3-day quarantine in a government-approved hotel, we will provide you free transportation. And if ever you're traveling with your families, we can also provide transportation for your whole family from your hotel to the secondary location wherein you will stay for the 11-day quarantine. And as of May, we are requiring our students to stay in a Fanshawe partner hotel for the 11 days so that we can monitor your quarantine effectively. So for the 11-day quarantine, we've partnered with hotels and they provide discounted rates for our students for the entire duration of the 11 days. And during quarantine, we also do check-ins with you just to make sure that you're feeling well, you're not developing any symptoms. And also, we just want to let you know that we are here for you if ever you have questions, especially that you are new in the country. And as an international student, you are part of the International Center family. We have a dedicated team to help students with any program, admission, and student immigration related concerns. So for example, you want to change your program in Canada, you want to add a second program, or meron kang questions about your study permit, your PGWP application, and even extension of your study permit, we can help you. Just go to the International Center or book an appointment with them so that we can help you. And also for academic assistance naman, we have the Learning Center. This actually includes our library. So for example, in your course, you are required to do a research paper. And since medyo matagal na tayong hindi nakapag-aral, you might need a refresher. So you can easily book an appointment with them and they can help you. And also in your program, you have your own program coordinator and academic advisors. So meron siya in each program that we have. And these people, sila talaga yung may alam ng buong program niyo. They know the ins and outs of the program. They are the ones in contact with the industry. They know how to do the co-op and placement in the program. They also know the professors that are teaching in these programs. So, for example, meron kang you cannot reach the specific professor, so you can easily contact your program coordinator so that they can help. And also, for example, tingin mo you're having a hard time with a specific subject and you want to do better in terms of your grades para kasi gusto mo ayaw mong bumagsak for sure. And for example, gusto mo din mag to aim a higher grade because you want to apply for a scholarship, you can easily connect with our academic advisor so that they can help you get that grade that you want. And speaking of scholarship and bursaries, we also do provide scholarship and bursaries for all international students. And this will range from around 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars and are usually merit-based. So merit-based meaning you have to complete at least one semester in your program before you can apply for a scholarship. So this information is actually posted in our website, and normally we send out a call for scholarship in your email, in your Fanshawe email when it's available. And also, last but not the least, this is also the reason why we have a very good accomplishment for graduate employment rate. We have a very active career and employment service center that will be your one-stop shop access to everything that you need to know about job readiness and employment in Canada. So we do career fairs all year round. We also do workshops. Well, now virtually talaga siya. And for example, you want to check if this specific job posting and company is legit, you can reach out to them. Or for example, you want to do a mock interview para mas maging prepared ka for your actual interview, we can do that. Meron kaming simulation software that can help you prepare for your interview. And also, as a Fanshawe student, you have access to our career service dashboard. And in that dashboard, we post regularly the job postings from our partner companies and also sa LEDC ng mga part-time, summer, and also full-time jobs. So you have access to that one, and you're free to also book an appointment with them or drop by the service center if ever you have questions about employment and jobs in Canada. And for the tuition fee and living expenses, program tuition and fees for Fanshawe College in our programs for 1 year would range around 16,000 to 18,000 Canadian dollars. So in Fanshawe, we need for you to settle your first semester tuition fee so that you can be officially enrolled in the program. Also, your program tuition and fees will include a bus pass if you are enrolled in any of our London campuses. So that actually saves you a lot of money because you're not only using the bus going to your campus for your classes, but you're using the bus going to the grocery, spending time with your friends, and also going to your part-time job. And also included in your tuition fee is the medical insurance. So that covers hospitalization, consultations, procedures, dental and vision. That's part of your insurance already. So we don't really need to pay extra. And for accommodation naman, specifically off-campus housing, you can expect to spend around 6,000 to 8,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year. And if you want the monthly range, you can get as low as 380 to 450 CAD per month. That's all-inclusive, rent, utilities, and Wi-Fi already. And actually, one of the major reasons why Filipino students choose Fanshawe is because of London. And that's actually 40, because London City, the accommodation and living expenses is 40% more affordable as compared to other cities in Canada, especially in Greater Toronto area. Books and other expenses naman, it's not part of the tuition fee that you will be paying, but it's really up to you if you want to purchase a used book para mas makatipid. So you can expect to spend around 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. If you will purchase an old book from former students in that program, just make sure that you're purchasing the exact same copy of the book that the professor is requiring you to purchase. For application requirements naman, right now we're currently accepting applications for all intakes in 2022. So that includes January, May, and September. And right now, since you guys attended this webinar, if you will proceed with an application for Fanshawe through Kanata Education, we're also going to waive your 100 CAD application fee. And the minimum requirements that we need from Filipino applicants to get the letter of acceptance are these. So for post-secondary program, certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma, we need both your high school and university or college transcripts and diploma and your passport. But if ever you're going to apply for a graduate certificate program, either 1 year or 2 years, kailangan nyo lang isubmit sa amin yung college transcript and diploma ninyo together with your passport. And processing time for letter of acceptance would actually be around 24 hours to siguro maximum na yung 4 working days. And also, Fanshawe does not require IELTS, any English test, or even yung letter of medium of instruction. We don't need that in your application, except if you're going to apply for pharmacy technician and also occupational therapy, physiotherapist assisted program. So ito lang talaga yung dalawang programs in Fanshawe that requires IELTS from Filipino applicants. Other programs like gerontology, practical nursing, other health sciences aside from these two, business, hospitality, culinary, aviation, engineering, lahat ng yon hindi nagre-require ng IELTS. And if ever naman you have an IELTS academic score, since you've previously taken the test, you can get a chance to receive our English scholarship that we offer exclusively for Filipino students. You can get either 1,000 or 1,500 Canadian dollars during your second semester because we also need your first semester GPA to award the scholarship. Actually, itong specific scholarship na to, we will try to revise it since hindi naman na required yung IELTS for Filipino students. So probably starting May of next year, this specific scholarship will be revised. So please stay tuned. We will inform Kanata Education about the new scholarship that we will offer for Filipino students. If you want to know more about our programs, feel free to check out our website. And also, if meron ng program recommended sa inyo si Kanata Education, feel free to check out our social media pages in Facebook and also in YouTube. Since we have pre-recorded sessions ng mga virtual open houses namin per program, so you will see the presentations of our program coordinator and also some question and answer that we've done for international students about the program para mas malaman ninyo yung mga programs namin and also mas makapag-prepare kayo for your start of class in Fanshawe College. So that's the end of my presentation, and I believe there's also another presentation, but later on will be open for questions.
Thanks, Ina.
Thank
Our
you.
final speaker for this afternoon is an education counselor here in Kanata, and she has a YouTube account with Study in Canada content. Let us all welcome Catherine Manasa.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Thank
Kat.
you so much. Hi, Sir Francis. Thank you for and thank you to everyone who's joining us today, and thank you to our school representatives who joined our today's webinar. So I'm going to share my presentation with you, so we can start. Okay, so once again, welcome to Study in Canada webinar with Kanata Education. Let me discuss what are the benefits of an international student and why you should consider studying in Canada. So as an international student, of course, there are certain rules and regulations. So number one is you should always be enrolled at a designated learning institution. So our schools present today are part of the list of the designated learning institutions in Canada. Other than that, you should be making progress towards completing your program, and you should respect the conditions of your student permit and stop studying and leave Canada once your permit expires. So kailangan hindi tayo mag-TNT doon sa Canada, diba? So dapat aral lang din tayo, hindi tayo puro work. As an international student, you are allowed to work while you study. As mentioned earlier by Ms. Divine, you can work on campus without having a work permit, but you should be a full-time student and you are a holder of a student permit. And then you can also work off campus on top of your on campus jobs by not having a work permit, but you should have started studying already. So if there are students who arrived in Canada, let's say 1 month prior to their intake or the classes started, you cannot work before the classes. You should start working only when the classes has already started and you are enrolled in a program. On top of the on-campus and off-campus jobs, you can also work through the co-op provided by the school. So it is usually incorporated in the program and it is the same as an internship. Co-ops are usually paid, but there are also co-ops that are not paid. So how many hours can you work as a student? During school semester, you can work 20 hours per week and 40 hours per week or full-time jobs during semestral breaks or holiday breaks. The 20 hours per week is usually the off-campus jobs. So on top of that, you can work 12 hours per week on campus. So on-campus jobs are highly dependent on the availability inside the campus. So usually there are only limited jobs where you can work in the student centers, cafeteria, library, and other facilities inside the campus. Another benefit of an international student is that you can stay in Canada after your program. So this is what they call the postgraduate work permit. So after your program, you will transition from student permit to work permit, and you are allowed and legally can work in Canada full-time. If your program is less than 8 months, you're not eligible for postgraduate work permit. If your program is 1 year, you're eligible for 1 year postgraduate work permit and 2 year program for 3 years postgraduate work permit. So as mentioned earlier by our school representatives, if you are applying for a 1 year program, you can take another 1 year program so that you'll be eligible for the 3 years postgraduate work permit. Okay, so other than that, you can also bring your dependents, which is usually what attracts Filipino to study in Canada. So if you're 18 years old and above and you have already your own family, you can bring your spouse or your common law partner and of course, your children. So if you're single, you cannot bring your parents, your titas and titas, lolo and lola, and kung sino pang mga pinsan or mga kapatid. So they are not considered as your dependents. Only your spouse, your common law partner, and your children. Okay, so we at Kanata Education, we will be guiding you and assisting you, provide you with a free assessment, unlimited consultation, and assistance all throughout your student application journey in Canada. So we do not collect processing fees. Yes, that is correct. And you heard that right. We are an agency that don't collect processing fees, only 10,000 pesos security deposit, which you will use later on for your visa application and biometrics fees. So after this webinar, we will give you a call next week for free assessment and consultation on which program you need to take in Canada and how we will proceed with your application. Okay, so what are the documents required to start your application journey? So usually, of course, you need to have your valid passport. So if you are not, you don't have your passport yet, I highly suggest that you get one. And of course, you need to have your academic transcripts ready, your diplomas. IELTS is waived for our schools present today, so you don't need an IELTS. And of course, you need to send us your CV or your resume. So what is the process to start your application journey? So number one is you need to consult with your counselor. So this is a very important part of the process because here we will do the program recommendation required or that is suitable for you based on your career or work background, career or education background. Your program in Canada is your program in Canada should be related to your work or education background. After we are done with the assessment and consultation, we will then have to gather and submit all the required documents so we can apply for your program at the school. After we apply for the school, we will wait for your letter of acceptance and then confirm your slot by paying the tuition fee. So they don't have usually they don't have security deposit. So we highly suggest you also pay the 1 semester tuition fee or 1 academic year tuition fee, depending on the stream of the visa application process you will apply. After you pay the tuition fee, you will start the visa application process by getting a medical exam and then complete all the visa requirements, and we will then submit it to the embassy for your visa application. So we will guide you all throughout this process, provide you all the necessary documents, do all the checking, and also help you with your study plan writing. So there are two types of visa application. First is the regular stream, or the most preferred option of visa application of the students. So pre-pandemic or before the COVID, the application assessment runs between 6 to 8 weeks. During this time, according to the IRCC website, the assessment runs between 8 to 12 weeks. So what are the requirements to apply for the visa application? Of course, first you need to have a proof of acceptance or the letter of acceptance from your school to show that you are actually enrolled or has been accepted in the school in Canada. You also need to have your proof of identity, which is your passport and other government issued IDs and birth certificates. So in the regular stream, you are required to have a sponsor for your proof of financial support. So these sponsors doesn't need to be in Canada. They can be anywhere around the world, but we highly suggest that these sponsors are your relatives or family. So how much is the required show money? It is 1 year tuition fee and 1 year living cost. So if your tuition fee is around 16,000, plus 10,000 living costs, the required show money should be 26,000 Canadian dollars, or more or less 1 million pesos. So this show money needs to be in your sponsor's bank account. It doesn't need to be in the student's bank account. So through the regular stream, you don't need to have your own show money in your bank account as the applicant or the student. And you also need to pay the 1 semester tuition fee when you're applying through the regular stream. After that, you will have to write your letter of explanation. Kanata Education will assist you in writing your study plan or letter of explanation or statement of purpose that they usually call. Okay, so once again, regular stream, you need to have your proof of acceptance, your proof of identity, your proof of financial support in a form of a show money from your sponsors, and of course, our letter of explanation. All right, so the next type of visa application is through the study direct stream, or the straightforward hassle-free type of application. So once again, pre-pandemic, the application assessment runs between 4 to 6 weeks. And you need to have an IELTS score with a minimum band of 6. It could be either general or academic. So with a regular stream, you don't need an IELTS, but with the study direct stream, you need to have an IELTS score. So if the schools are waiving the IELTS requirement, but if you're applying through the study direct stream or the SDS, you are required to submit an IELTS score. Other than that, you need to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. So we will be assisting you as well how to open a bank account and as well as the purchasing of the GIC. And you are required to pay 1 year tuition fee when you're applying through the study direct stream. So with a regular stream, you can only pay 1 semester or half of the 1 year tuition fee. But with the study direct stream, you are required to pay 1 year tuition fee. So basically with the study direct stream, you advance all the costs you will incur in Canada by paying 1 year tuition fee and purchasing your GIC, which is for your living allowance for 1 year in Canada while studying. And of course, you need to write your letter of explanation or statement of purpose. So some students are still asking why we should not let COVID stop us from applying as a student in Canada. First of all, there are already rollout of vaccinations, as well as the international students are also getting vaccines in Canada. So our previous students have been already vaccinated. However, during this time, there are still programs offered online, so you can still study at the comfort of your home. Of course, that is lower cost of living. You don't need the part-time jobs. And of course, you still qualify for the postgraduate work permit. So that's it for my presentation. Kindly follow us on our social media pages so that you will be updated on all events and other tips about studying in Canada. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tips and insights on how to become an international student in Canada. We can now proceed for our question and answer portion. You can open your mic if you want to ask directly our school representatives or your counselors.
All right. Thanks, Miss Kat. You can also type in your question on the chat box para we can see it and ask the school representative from Fanshawe and Niagara.
Yes, Sir Francis, I have a question here from our YouTube viewers. So we are also live on YouTube, so you can say hi to our viewers on YouTube. So there is a question. If he is a restaurant owner in the Philippines, aside from culinary management, what could be a program he can take in Canada?
Okay. Ina?
Okay, so we actually have several programs that you can consider. So we also have food and beverage management if you want it. Or if you want to specialize in baking as well, para hindi lang culinary, you can also consider that one. So there. Actually, for the culinary management, it's not only like the kitchen skills, like culinary skills, but also business side of running a restaurant. So probably you can consider that those programs for Fanshawe.
Divine?
Yes, for Niagara College, yes. We also have yun nga, baking and pastry arts. Pwede rin siyang mag-hospitality na 2 years. We also have that program. Or hospitality na postgraduate na 1-year program. Other option is to take a business program, which is a international business management, since it's more of a managing a business na bukod sa culinary management. Isa pa if it's or yun isa pa namin is meron kaming 1 year na culinary skills. So malalaman niya yung skills about yung pagluluto, yung sa kitchen. Then kung interested pa rin siya mag-culinary management, pwede siya magkaroon ng mag-additional ng 1 year. So parang magkakaroon ng advancement or pathway na tinatawag sa Canada.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for that, representatives. I have another question. Usually with your student assistance center, do you help or assist students with their postgraduate work permit, like in applying the postgraduate work permit, or do they have to do that themselves?
Okay, so we understand that not many of our international students na merong agents, they cover that type of service even after they start the program. So we have immigration advisors in the International Center who can help you with your PGWP inquiries. And even before you even complete the program, meron naman kaming list kung sino yung mga students na matatapos yung program. So we open PGWP clinics or workshops so that you are aware kung ano yung mga kailangan nyo i-prepare, especially for applying a PGWP. Pero syempre, you have to apply it on your own.
Okay, another question here from Maria Irene. Is the fees refundable if ever po hindi matuloy yung program? So may case ba na, let's say, for January 2022 and then na-cancel yung program for that intake, what will happen then sa tuition fee ni student?
Okay, for Niagara College. Yes, for Niagara College, so lagi siya sabi, since we're a public school, so para kaming bank. So nandun lang yung pera ninyo if in case na-cancel yung program or nag-change yung option ninyo. So dun lang siya, then you could defer it and 100% nandun pa rin yung money nyo. But if you want to refund it is also 100% ninyong makukuha kung magkano yung fees na nabayaran ninyo, less lang ng 200 our admin fee. So yun yung possible na mangyari.
So for Fanshawe College naman, if ever the school is the one who canceled the program, you're entitled for a full refund. But for example, if the reason for withdrawal or refund request is na-deny yung visa niya, we can refund all your payments. Ang deduction lang naman is 250 CAD admin.
So, okay. For Fanshawe College, it's 250 Canadian dollars. If visa refusal yung reason bakit hindi tutuloy si student. But for Niagara College, it's 200, right? Divine?
Yes, for refusal din.
So, usually, ang reason lang talaga na hindi natutuloy si student is kapag na-refuse yung visa na hindi, lagi naman natutuloy yung intake ng school. So,
Okay. With regards to your accommodation on campus, is it allowed to have dependents staying with them inside the campus, or that is not allowed?
So for Fanshawe, it's not allowed. So even parang visitors lang talaga yung pwede. So if ever you have family members or you're coming into Canada as a family, or both of you, your spouse and you will come to Canada, better to look for off-campus accommodation.
Yes. For Niagara?
Yeah, same with Niagara. Hindi pwede yung may family member, but they could have it off campus. And also, I'm not recommending on campus residences because it's expensive. So yung price nung isang room rent sa on campus residence is yun yung 1 month expense nila. So kaya mas maganda pa rin ng off campus.
Yes, we also highly suggest that you do that off campus para it's cheaper. And then mas kasama nyo pa yung family nyo. Okay, so Miss Ina, I have a question for you. For the program Business Administration, Leadership and Management, is it a full-time on campus for 90 weeks?
Okay, so for that program, it's actually an advanced diploma. So when you apply for that program, kailangan mo munang makatapos ng any business diploma, that's 2 years. And then after you complete the 2 years or 4-semester program, that's the time you can apply for another year para maging advanced diploma siya. So technically you will have to study around 6 semesters.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Near me, Narvasa asks if yung sponsor ba is dapat naka-base sa Philippines or in Canada. So for sponsorship, it should be a relative of the student, and kahit naman nasaan siya, as long as complete yung proof of funds na naka-deposit sa bank account ni sponsor. So whether you have a relative na nakatira sa USA, sa Australia, or dito sa Philippines, you can still be their sponsors.
Yes, that
Any
is
more
correct.
question, Kat?
Yeah, and also for getting the letter of acceptance, there is no fees in order to get the letter of acceptance. If you are also applying through Kanata Education, the application fee of 100 Canadian dollars is also waived. So you don't have to pay anything. With Kanata Education, you only need to pay 10,000 peso security deposit, which you will use later on for your visa application and biometrics fees. Another question I have here is that, do you do credit, I think credit transfer yata yung tawag doon. So if they are studying masters in the Philippines and they want to apply to either of your schools, will you be able to credit the yung subjects na na-take na nila, or they have to parang restart?
Okay, that's actually a good question. So right now we don't have any credit transfer agreements with any Philippine schools. So unfortunately, you cannot credit it to your subjects in the program that you will apply to Fanshawe. And also, even when you do crediting, so technically mababawasan yung load mo for that semester. So baka for that semester maging part-time na lang siya. So that will also affect your study permit limitation.
All right. So there is no credit system for Fanshawe. What about with Niagara College?
Yes, same with Niagara, we don't have credit transfer. However, if the student would really want to have a credit transfer, kailangan siyang i-check ng admissions department, and meron kaming department that for the admissions, for the crediting. Pwede naman niya talagang i-try. Pero ang downside nun is, first is hindi siya full-time student, which is kung papayagan siya. Kung hindi ka full-time student, you're not allowed to work. And also for the post-graduation work permit or the PGWP. So possible hindi siya maging eligible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's
Mhm.
understood. But for mature students who did not finish a college in the Philippines, since you are waiving the IELTS requirements, will the IELTS still waived for the mature students?
For Niagara College, yes. And also we accept students from the old and new curriculum, high school graduates, and also sa new and the old and new high school curriculum.
So for Fanshawe,
Kailangan ba nilang...
sige, go lang.
Yes, Ina. Yes.
So same with Niagara, we waive IELTS for anyone from the Philippines except if they will apply dun sa dalawang program, pharmacy technician and occupational therapy.
Okay. For Niagara, since sa Fanshawe is waiving IELTS without presenting the English as medium of instruction, same din ba with Niagara College, or waive yung IELTS but they need to present the English as a medium of instruction?
Waive then, no test, no certificate need to present. If they're applying for pharmacy technician and teaching English as a second language, kailangan mag-present ng IELTS. So Ontario-wide yung pharmacy technician. So if they would notice any Ontario schools will ask IELTS for pharmacy technician.
Okay, I think the rest of the questions are all about it's a case-to-case basis because they're asking for sponsorships and program recommendations. So what we're going to do is please type in your name, your email address, and your contact details, and we will contact you next week for a one-on-one consultation and assessment. So I hope you guys are encouraged to apply to Niagara College or in Fanshawe College, and we will help you and assist you with your student application journey in Canada. Sir Francis?
Yes, and again, Kanata Educational Consultancy Services don't collect processing fee. So we will help you on your school application, and as well as your visa application if tutuloy kayo sa pag-aaral in Canada. And
yes, so that's
I
it
think this is the end of our webinar. And thank you again, Ina and Divine, for joining us this afternoon, and Miss Catherine as well.
Yes, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next time. If you have further questions, please send us a message on our social media pages, and definitely someone will answer you from there. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great weekend.
Bye. Happy
Thank
weekend.
you. Bye-bye. Happy weekend.
Thank you for attending, guys.